yes.
Hey everyone, very good evening to all of you. We are here with yet another episode of Fortune Talks. This is a special episode. This is our 10th episode of Fortune Talks, guys. So, I would like to ask a question from all of you before I start this whole Fortune Talk session. How many of you want to become an author? Raise your hand like this. How many of you want to become a podcaster? How many of you want to become successful network marketer? And how many of you want to have a amazing, awesome, healthy, and nutritious food life? Amazing, amazing, amazing. You guys rocking. So, well, guys, today these are the topics which we are going to cover. We have Satish Rao here. Satish Rao, he's an amazing person. He's a network marketer, and he has a abundant show, very successful abundant show where he has been interviewing lots and lots of great people in his show. So, welcome, Satish.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And we have Chetna here. Chetna is a podcast coach. She also has her channel Impact and Influence, and the recent one which she has started called Her Voice. She is
Hi.
also in process of becoming an author. That's what I got to know today. So, thank you, Chetna.
Hi, Rajat. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Wonderful, wonderful. We have Prema here. Prema is our health queen, is what we call. She has gone through a lot in the past and how she has really come up with her messed up routine, messed up health issues, and where she is today, and teaching and helping people to come out of the problems that they face. So here's health educator Prema. Hey Prema,
Hey Rajat, thank you.
wonderful. Wonderful. And I'm Rajat. I'm an author coach. I help people to write books. I have been helping people publishing the books. So I'll be also talking and I'll also be the one who will be answering some of the questions. So, folks, today's theme is how decision can impact your life. All of us who have been here have taken some of the decisions in our lives, and how these decisions has impacted our lives is something which we are going to cover in today's show. Are you excited? If you're excited, type excited in the comment box in the Facebook post. It's a Facebook live, and any questions that you may have from these people, you can definitely ask. And I really like to thank you, first of all, watching this show. You could have been doing something else, but you chose to listen to us. You chose to hear us. So, from the lots and lots of gratitude, I'd like to thank you. And we, all of us, are going to do the best what we could to ensure that you will have a great time and learning. Yes? Wonderful. Thank you very much. So, we will start with Chetna. We'll start with you, Chetna. Uh, as we say that the topic which we have is how decisions can impact your life, your lives. So if you could share like how the decision of coming into the coaching and the training world, how was it? Was it easy? And how did it impact you? And how is it currently been going into you? Because there are many listeners here who may be thinking of coming out of the uh, maybe the employee job or some of the activities which that they may not like, and come out and do something of the passion, their passion thing. And you've been calling yourself as, a podcaster, a passionpreneur. So how was that decision of coming into the coaching training world? Was it easy? And how did it impact you, and how has it been going?
Okay. Fine, Rajat. I think before I could answer this question, I would want to share a small story where one decision which I had taken long back in 1994, I think 1992, 94. That was like the time when I had an early marriage. I got married at the age of 18, where I had just completed my 12th grade, or a year in Karnataka we call as second PUC. So post that, there was one decision which I took was to continue my studies. So that decision was one of the major impact what I can tell you, because it was not an easy thing for me after having my son born, and I had to go juggle between the college and leaving him in daycare and come back. But now if I look back, that decision what I took was worthwhile. And the question what you asked was getting into the coaching industry. And for me, this decision, what I took then, it's been continuing. There is a learning. And one thing what I believe is I was a consistent learner. And I used to explore and learn new things across throughout my life till now, as on till date today. And since last 2 years back, that is 2018, is the time when I decided to get into this coaching space. And that was one of my interests, that was one of my passion, because I did not get to know that was it is so easy, but I explored many things in between and got into it. Because as you told, how easy was it to take a decision to get into this coaching? Many a times we all of us have a lot of things in our mind, whether I should get into a business, whether should get into coaching business, or whether I should do some service based or product based business. But getting into coaching, I know that I had a flair, I had an interest in coaching always, because throughout my career I was in education sector, and had that counseling, mentoring kind of thing which was there within me, but I didn't know how. But in search of this how, I just got into this in 2018 and started investing on myself to learn from different mentors. Where do I stand? Where am I lagging? What is that I need to work on? So I started getting clarity. And I'm not telling that I've reached to a full-fledged coach, but I got clarity that this is what is my cup of tea, and I can continue throughout my life taking this decision. So I think it starts from then. I think for me, learning has been always there throughout my life, Rajas. So this decision has impacted me and given me clarity, and I'm enjoying this.
Amazing, 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 Chetna. This is really wonderful. Good to hear your thoughts. Well, folks, I remember Chetna for more than 2.5 years. And I remember there was a time when she used to tell us, to our community, to the people, that I don't know what I need to do, but I have to do something. I have to do something in this learning personal growth area. And after few months, few years, she really come out with this podcasting thing, that she became a podcast coach. So if you could help us that, Chetna, again, how did you really come out and took a decision of becoming a podcast coach? Because I remember hearing that statement from you, in the past, that I don't know what is my passion, what do I really require to do, and that's a juggle and the things which are there in people's mind as well. So if you could
Yeah.
share your view on that as well, that how was that decision that did come out?
Rajat, I think I would like to share that when it comes to taking a decision, you'll be having a lot of choices, as I was just sharing. So in front of you, if you have two choices and both are very close to you, and you feel both are very important to you, and you feel that that is your priority, but you have to choose either of the one, either this or this. So that time it is very difficult, right? We have been, but we have to choose one. When we choose one, it can be in favor of you, or it cannot be. I mean, maybe it be not in favor of you, right? It can be two options, I yes or no. But when we have been hearing that take right decisions, be with the right people, be in the right environment, everything is fine. But when it comes to taking decision, if you are your right you, I believe that you should be your right you should take accountability for yourself. Whatever decisions you're taking, you're choosing this choice, so it's fine. Whatever comes, it's my responsibility. And if it is in favor of you, it's good for you. You grow and move forward. If it is not in favor of you, then you learn, gain that experience, right? So I was in the same state. I was telling you I don't know what to do, right? But I had to take any one of it. So when I choose, I think when you take responsibility, when you take accountability for your decisions, so then you will be okay for whatever is the result. That is what I believe. And yeah, that's how I think when it comes to two, three things, whether I should be in the digital space or it should be in the podcasting, I chose podcasting. And whatever decision, Emma, whatever happened next is a thing, like you all know about it. So that's how I chose podcast as my thing. And also, I would like to add one more thing when it comes to decisions, Rajat. This has helped me in my lifetime. Previously, when I have been going through various other aspects of my life. So keep two, three things factors in your mind when you're taking decisions. That is, first is your time, and second is your resources, and third is your energy. See that these three things are actually in alignment, is directly proportional to your future value and your personal growth. So when you keep these things in alignment, I think your decisions, whatever decisions you take, you will be okay for it. You'll be okay. The outcome can be anything, but you'll be fine for it. So that's it from my side, Rajat.
Very nice comments, very nice thoughts, Chetna. I think what you're saying is that what you require is the learning, the environment, and you need to act, irrespective of if it's two things. You may able to find it out in the time that which one is really for you, or it could be both of them are for you. So you never
Yeah.
know. Maybe you're blessed enough to have two or three of the passion areas, and you can continue to do that. I mean, I was hearing one of my master of masters, the magician who we call. I did a training 3 days, last 3 days with Blair Singer, and somebody asked this question. That I don't know what do I require to do. I know this, I know this, and Blair said, do both. You're
Yeah.
blessed. I mean, why do you require to have one only? I think if that is the case, then go ahead. And in the meantime, when you continuously been doing it, you will be able to find out that which one resonate to the most.
Yeah, it's
And
as you told. I just met a person recently last week where he is a sound engineer. That was his passion from his school days. And he's working in a firm doing his sound engineering and all that. But there is one more passion of his is vlogging. So he's very fascinated about cars. He do a test drives, give the reviews about the cars. So he was telling that I follow both of it. So
yeah,
it's not necessary that you have to stick to one, but until you get clarity, you do some days about one particular thing, and then you can do the rest. But it's not that you have to stick to any one of it. So there are people who are doing two, three things, who are following the passion with whichever they interest them.
and there are other set of people also, Chetna, I understand, that are not pursuing something because they are blaming that the
Yeah,
other thing is not letting them to do it. So
yeah,
one of the person again was asking the question from Blair again, in this training where he said that I am doing my 9 to 5 job, I am doing my this, I'm doing that, and Blair said, so what? So what? Are
yeah.
you blaming your job that you are not able to do the personal growth area?
Mhm.
It's very easy to take a given excuse
Yeah,
of a job you are doing, of you have kids, or of you have family to take care. So what?
yeah,
If you are able to make a difference by standing on the stage, if you get that fulfillment of learning, then go ahead, do it. Take out the time, manage it. There are lots and
yeah.
lots of people who are not leaving their families or job or kids because they want to get into the stage and make a difference.
So
So,
it can happen only if their hunger is stronger than their excuses. If it is
correct,
not,
correct.
if it is not, then there will be a lot of excuses for each and everything, whatever. I mean, I have excuse for anything you ask, I can give excuse. But if you are not so hungry to do something in whatever passion area then it is not possible. You will find excuses in many
Absolutely,
ways.
absolutely. I know one of my student Nidhi, not Nidhi, yeah, Nidhi Bandaru. She has written a book called Reason or Results. So
Yeah.
either you can have reason or
Yeah.
you can have results.
Yeah.
So like absolutely, it was wonderful hearing your thoughts, Chetna. And
Okay.
I think I'm summing up that it's your responsibility, it's your accountability, it's
True.
right you, the right environment, and using your time and resources and energy apt so that you are able to do something which is fulfilling you.
True.
And that is a decision what you're required to take.
Exactly.
Great, great. So I'll shift gears. Maybe I'll move to Satish Rao, who's our network marketer. He's an amazing chap, youngest of all of us. He's been part of the some of the amazing work he's been doing. Like he has a channel called Abundant Show where he also has another channel, I understand, Satish, right? Which is purely network marketers are coming into that channel.
Yeah.
Another show that you have recently launched, correct?
Yeah, it's on the same show, but there's a subsection of that. There's a different playlist for network marketers.
Wonderful. So subsection of that too. So
Yes.
Satish, my question to you is that what were that important decisions in your career that has shaped your life? You have been into the corporate space for quite a long. You have been into the best of the best positions. You were CEO of multiple two companies, I believe, before you come into this coaching training world. So, what were the important decisions in your career that shaped your life, Satish? If you could share and give your wisdom to the people who've been watching.
Yeah, thanks for the question. So I think I like to go a little farther away in my life, in an early part of my life, when I stepped out of college, after my engineering. That those days, after you're done in engineering, you are it's quite nice to be in the technical field. So I was in the R&D field for a few months, and I soon realized that I'm not enjoying it, and it's not my cup of tea at all. And so I had actually a personal health challenge at that point in time, in the sense that I had a stomach upset, and I had some issues with the self confidence and all of that, and about eating food outside. Now, if you're in the sales job, then it necessarily means that you're going to travel, and travel probably outstation as well. So at that point in time, it was a very difficult decision for me, because I was very young, and when you're especially having some issue in your mind, especially in terms of health, then it's very difficult to come out of that. And but I took the decision. I said I want to be in sale. In fact, I took it the other way around. I said, if I have to come out of my personal health challenge of this thought of that fear of eating food outside, then I need to expose myself to more and more such situation. I want to be in sales. All the more reason I want to be in sales. And that was a very good decision, actually, because I realized that I am meant for sales, I am meant for marketing, I am meant for roles which are people dependent, and interacting with people. So those are the roles which will be of more suitable for me than an R&D job, sitting with a laptop, or sitting with a tester and all of that. So yeah, so that was one of the important decisions. Yeah, then couple of other decisions also in my life. I think, yeah, somewhere in 2014, for very many years in my life, I was very happy with the corporate career, and my thought process was that jobs in India and anywhere pays you very well, so I should take the risk of being an entrepreneur. And when we treat ourselves as an entrepreneur, even in a job, why do we need to look at business? So 2014 end October or so, I got a call from my friend, and I took the plunge based on his coaxing me that you join us, it'll be good. Of course, some things didn't go well for me in my earlier part of my business career, but I think that was a very important decision also for me. So these two decisions, I think, in my life have shaped my career and have shaped my life also, totally. Hey, Shankar.
Hey Shankar, welcome to Fortune Talks. Yeah, go on, Satish.
Yeah, so that's what these two incidents. One was the early part of my career when I just about took the plunge to take up a job, and second was when I decided to become an entrepreneur. Although my mindset was always like a employee mindset, how to save money, how to conserve money, how to build assets, how to look at every perspective from no risk taking at all as far as my life was concerned. It was very, very steady and stable. But I took this plunge into business. So early part of my business days, for about four and a half years, was a big struggle with two business failures. And but I'm so happy. I can't tell you enough. I can just go on and on, because I'm so happy that I took that plunge, and that I feel so fulfilled now in the last 6 years, especially in the last 2 years, that I found my calling. That there is not going to be any retirement for me. I'm going to enjoy what I'm doing. I'm coaching also in this field. So everything that I can term as a dream life is there with me. That's all because of that second decision of taking the plunge. Thank you. So I think I'll go on with the next. No, I think you had put another question in the Facebook. No, I saw that Rajat, you had asked me a question that how do you base your current decision making process in terms of what you need to do and what not. You asked me that question, right? Someone can fill in, Rajat, on the WhatsApp that I've got that question. Okay. So Rajat, for me, currently I've got a lot of clarity about what I'm meant to be doing. Okay, with my this journey. So I'm a network marketer. I am a podcaster. I'm a coach. But everything that I do is with regards to network marketing only. So all of them are actually aligned towards network marketing. So I am the one who's looking at how to build credibility for myself, my team, and for the profession that we are doing, whatever we're doing, because this profession is giving livelihood for so many people, and so many people are doing extremely well with this career. But sometimes there are some naysayers. Sometimes even people in our community tend to, and network marketers also, they tend to take these shortcuts. So I think it's a responsibility for people who, with the right mind, to steer the way towards the right way of thinking, right way of conducting, the right way of doing business. So I think that's a huge responsibility. So for me, anything that I do today in terms of work or business has to be aligned towards this purpose. If there is not something which is not aligned to this, then I'll drop it. Like if someone says that, okay, there is another business opportunity which is almost in lines with what you're doing, just might need about 5% of your effort, and you'll have exceedingly good results, and this is what you'll make, this is the money you'll make, this is the kind of people you'll impact, then I would say no. Because I feel that for me, focus is important, and I'm answerable to my team also. Because my team is looking up to me. When people are looking up to us, it's our responsibility to do the right things, what we expect people to do themselves. So I will have that clarity that I will not do certain things, even if it is looking to be lucrative, or even if it comes from the best of people, the best of friends, the most closest of relatives, or anyone. So that's it. That's the decision I've taken. Yeah. So
Crazy, yaar,
that's what I
Satish.
think.
This is outstanding. I mean, I get goosebumps when I listen to, because I am somebody who always was always looking for shiny object syndrome, and
Oh.
only till I mean it's just a mentality till I
Yeah.
realized that the grass that we see on the other side is not green, but it is photoshopped. So
Yeah.
the other thing, very interesting thing, Satish, I'll just add to what you are saying, is if we continue to do only good things, we will not have any time for great things. So what I can see in your laser focus approach is you are going towards that greatness. And when you are on your path of greatness, I think there is no stopping. It's like the path that we should always. I mean, I wish I could have taken this path a couple of years back, and now I will probably look backwards and say, was that the same Shankar? Did somebody start? So that's what will definitely happen to you in about a couple of years from now when you are on this path. Super awesome. Over to you, Chetna.
Yeah, Shankar, I think I will ask you questions now. So tell me, Shankar, what should be the decision-making framework for making profits in stock market? Stock market guru will be throwing his insights now. Please, all of you, listen to his voice now.
So I just want to share great news that I think I've crossed about 3,500 people able to help and touch.
Congratulations.
More and more people are getting benefited. And thanks to all of you for being such a wonderful support system who keeps giving so much encouragement to do more. So, and the reason I told you this is the stock market, especially in stock market, it's all about decision making. It's all about decision making. And I have one quick exercise for all of you. Are you all ready for a quick exercise?
Yes.
Okay. And whoever is watching, you should take this exercise too. Can I start? And if you win, you will get a prize also. No worries. Whoever tells me the correct answer, you will all get a. But you need to be very fast, okay, in answering this. Are you ready?
Yes.
Emma?
Yes. You can unmute.
All of you. unmute yourself and I will be asking this question. Prema, Satish, unmute yourself. Shall we start?
Yes,
So,
Shankar, sure.
what is 1050 plus 2000?
3000.
3050 plus 30.
3080.
3080 plus 1000.
408.
4080 plus 20.
5,000.
4,100.
4,100.
Oh, 4,100. 4,100.
I said it was 4,100.
So you can go on mute now. Thank you for participating. So what happens, Satish, is this is how we in the moment our mind might trick us, and especially in the case of stock market, and when there are so many numbers going on, the graph is moving up and down. So our emotions also go through the same way, and especially this is what happens when emotions run high, your intelligence run low.
True.
Okay, so especially in the case of stock market, this happens, and that is where you need to have a proper decision making framework, and that's what I built, and I've been sharing it with all my mentees and all the students. And I'm very happy to tell you that people aged 62 or 22 are attending my classes in the morning at 6 a.m., 5:55 a.m. to be precise, and working on their decision making framework with respect to investments. So if you ask me how should the decision making framework be for investing, is you should have the proper predefined rules for entry, predefined rules for exit, predefined rules for which stock you are buying, and if you can do all of this even before the market starts, right, that is when automatically everything will be sorted for you. And only when during the market or whenever when the markets are running, it's only about some here and there. If out of syllabus question comes, you just have to handle that. So that is one way you can be prepared, and so that you have the answers well in advance for the questions that the market might throw up on you.
So how to write your predefined rules? If you want to learn, go to Shankar's class.
You can do it yourself. So the concept is called complete investing system or a complete trading system, which has all the answers in advance for any questions that the market might throw you. What are the questions that the market might throw you? Which stock you want to buy? How much to buy? How much to sell when in profits? How much to sell when in loss? These are the basic questions. Once you have the answers for this, you have kind of won the battle.
Great, Shankar. So my next question is how to improve your decision quotient when it comes to your investment.
So this is a great question, and what we did one exercise just now. I keep doing multiple exercises like this to stimulate our brain and make the right decisions with respect to mathematical numbers, with respect to markets, with respect to life. And the more you work on this, the more you are in the right set of people, like the way we are doing now. And what we are doing is outstanding. Especially is this a 10th episode now?
Yeah.
And this is crazy because we are able to impact so many people at scale, and we are getting so many views also on a daily basis. So once we are in the right environment, right set of people, and you keep working on your decision quotient, either through your mentor or through the books or through the games or through the apps, automatically you'll start performing at a better level.
Okay, great. So anything more you want to add, Shankar, or can I move on to?
Yeah, we can move on. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashankar. Thank you. And Prema, my next question to you is I think as Rajat has already introduced you as a health educator. So, hi.
Hi, good evening.
So the youngest guy in the Fortune Talk.
Yeah, I just said hi to him. So, Prema, how decision has helped to transform your health? Or what kind of decision has helped you to transform your health? So we have been telling about you that you are a fighter. You've gone through a lot of things during this last decade. So what sort of decisions has helped you?
So it started from small thing like reading books related to health and self-help books, but one important decision which was like a turning point in my life, I would say, which happened in 2012. Post 2012. So because of post-surgery infection, I mentioned this last time as well. So I was kind of, having open wound on my abdomen, and it was going on for a very long time. So I actually, took a very strong decision of joining yoga classes. It may sound very simple, but it's like I said, it's a huge decision that I made, and it was like a turning point. So with open wound, I boldly went, and because I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? So I really boldly took this decision, and so because I was a believer that it's possible to become healthy, and I believe that I can become healthy. These things can end. So that belief led me to join the right place, so where I had that attention given. Although it was a group yoga class, my teacher would give that attention in telling me what I need to do and what I need not do in that situation, because it's not an easy situation for someone to practice yoga having open wound, because all that impacts the practices impact, because we have various specific practices in yoga. Sometimes few practices will give you heat, some practices will give you the calmness, or that uh, what do you call, maybe that coldness. So a lot of different things. So I was very impressed with the way my teacher actually took me through this journey by giving that personal attention, making sure what I need to do and what I need not do on a daily basis. And I was so impressed. So I added my own other healthy practices, and this helped me. Because of this, I made a decision that I have to learn more about health, because like I told you, I was a believer that it's possible to transform health. And that's when I got into learning, right? I actually started my self investment. I took my self investment to the next level of deeper understanding through yoga, through healing, through meditation, through spirituality. So all this happened only because I invested in myself, just to make sure I gain that required knowledge and skills to understand my body and how I can transform the health. Okay. And so that led me to become healthier and healthier day by day. Like I normally mention, what happens is in a family, maybe there will be one person who's following healthy eating or healthy practices, and other not other members. And the person who's following, so let's for example, when I'm following, I'm the only follower in my family, and I could feel that pain. Well, the other members in the family don't understand. It's not easy to make your own family members understand the importance of healthy eating or healthy practices, anything. They're just happy with whatever they are doing, but you have that pain because you have learned it, right? So when that happens, when that happens, you are like helpless. You don't know what to do. But let me tell you, the magic is what self investment does for you. It not only transfers your life alone, but it also transfers the life of people around you. Why I'm saying this is because when I started making best decisions, and I am going through the transformation. Decision making is like a cognitive process which happens mentally in your mind. So automatically you start attracting the ability of making better decisions day by day, and you also start attracting the right path. So this is exactly what I went through. I'm just telling you from my personal experience. This is exactly what happened to me step by step. And today, what happened because of this. Finally, I also I could say attracted, or I found one of the best products in the world, which can take care of my entire family's health. I don't have to worry anymore by requesting them to say, eat this way or live this way. I just don't have to do that. I'm doing my practices. I'm still continuing with my healthy eating. I still continue with my healthy practices. I still share my knowledge to others through coaching. But when it comes to family, I am so much at peace today, because all these things, it is nothing but it attracted me. I attracted these good things. I attracted these path. I automatically went into these things. So today I have been able to invest in one of the best products, which is taking care of my entire family. It wouldn't have happened if I was not investing in learning and gaining that knowledge, which was automatically taking me into best and better health decisions. So that's the kind of impact the decision making has transformed, uh, given health transformation in my life.
So what kind of result did you see, Prema?
So results is, so like I said, I became a strong decision maker, and I would say this confidently. And also I have my friends and my mentors who have also complimented me by saying, "You're such a strong decision maker. You even take such big decisions. Sometimes it has no risk." I've had these kind of compliments. So although I know personally, when somebody opposite, the other people tell you, it even more makes you more confident. So what happened, when because of self investment, I kept learning, I kept gaining knowledge, I was getting into unshakable confidence. Because of this unshakable confidence, I was becoming unstoppable, because of which everything looks possible for me. My belief that becoming healthy is possible came true. And today, I'm very proud to say that I am free, FREE. I am free at least from 10 health conditions. Isn't that great? And these results happen only because of the decisions that I made. The results we have today is because of the decisions and choices I made yesterday. So that's been my health transformation. It's been a wonderful journey, and I'm very happy that I've decided, to take this information and spread it to others. And you know, I want to tell people that transforming health is not difficult. It's all it needs is just a decision making. You decide you can become healthy, and you decide to go through the transformation. You are already there.
Great, great, Prema. I know for a fact that you are going to inspire many lives and transforming their health. I'm very sure of it. Thank you, thank you. And I'll be moving to the author coach, Rajat. Rajat is back. So,
Yeah.
Rajat, I just want to know how writing a book, a decision, impacted your life and your students' life.
How the book impacted my life? Huh? That's a
Uh,
question. This book,
Writing a book, the
Building
decision of,
Happiness.
yeah.
Okay. How? Okay. Is it like writing a book? How that impacted my life, or once the
No,
book has come? Yeah.
the decision of writing a book.
The decision of writing a book
Yeah.
impacted your life. Okay.
Yes.
Well, one thing that happened. Thank you for the question, Chetna. I think I can take you back some years ago, if you allow me. Um, I'll share my story with all of you. Is that okay?
Yes. Yes.
I have been into corporate jobs close to 20 years. I'm currently also into the corporate job. There was a time few years ago when I was in a job, and I had a fight with my boss,
Okay.
and I left my job. I left the org. I joined the new company. After 2 years, I was working really fine, really good in the new company. And that same boss who I had a fight joined the new company as my new boss. and I was not in a good state. I felt very helpless, considering me being a very ambitious career professional. It wasn't easy to see that the boss you had a fight with in the previous company joined as a new boss. And I was thinking, I made few phone calls to my friends and hey, I need to leave the company, I need to go somewhere else. I don't know what's gonna happen. I felt like my career's gone. I felt like my growth's over. I felt like this guy's gonna make my life mess. And he may not be able to give me the job, the activities. I'll be frustrated. And in that frustration, I will choose some other job, some other activity. Don't know what to do. At that point of time, Chetna, I started writing. I started writing all the thoughts that were coming to me. So that's how it started. And I started putting my thoughts. I was watching some of the videos to ensure that the mind keep it in that state of not getting too much of thoughts. And that's how this book, Floating Happiness, emerged. Just by writing 30 minutes in a day. I think I've been telling you for quite some time, in the previous episodes as well, that for first 3 months, even my wife didn't know that I was writing. This process of writing 30 minutes in a day helped me a lot to the grinding which I was going into, to the problems that I was going into in my job. Of course, I knew that my growth's gonna take time. Of course, I was seeing some issues. But because I was involved into this passion activity of mine of writing 30 minutes in a day, everything was easy. Everything was easy. Every day, whatever may come to you was not been taken as a back to me. I was feeling okay because in the morning I've already done something which I really like, which was writing. So, there are times in the organizations, or not just organizations, sometimes relationships, somewhere in the state, you may not able to get things what you really require you to do the way you want to do, you want to get. You need to give time to settle the mud, and that's where I did not try to be a victim there, did not get frustrated. I was doing my job really well. Whatever's been from me, I was doing it 120%, much better. But one thing further I involved myself was writing. So that 30 minutes writing which I was doing did not put me back into that victim state, did not put me back into that frustrating state. End of it, this book came out as a result. I think this was a bonus actually. So that writing for one continuous writing, I think from that time to till today, I've been writing every day because writing has been a savior to me in many aspects. Like the story which I shared with you. Today, I'm happy in my job. I'm working really wonderful I have a growth. I have every aspect of it, and I'm an author and I'm an author coach.
Yeah.
So in that 2 years time frame where I did not have too much of work, too much of activities, I actually involved myself into building the skill of author coaching. And happy to share here that I have 1,000+ people in my community who've been writing books.
Wow,
I have
great.
30+ published authors who have become authors after my coaching, and their 100+ are currently writing. So yeah, that's what happens when you write. This is the decision which I took at that time, that I need to build my own secondary source of income. I need to be a powerful human being instead of being a victim. I can't just let the circumstances go, let me take me wherever it would like to. So I'll fight. Yeah. So I think that is something which I would like to share with you. That's how it has impacted me. After the book, well, I got a lot of speaking assignments. I got like, it's like every week you get at least one or two speaking assignments, and you choose which one you really need to go to resonate to schools, colleges, corporate professionals. So, and they pay you well as well. So other than the book royalty that you get of every book sold, these are the other activities which you keep getting in terms of money, name, fame, respect, and it's a responsibility as well that comes to you. To all
Great.
my to all my coaches, I don't tell them that your job is only to write a book. I tell them that you are becoming a new you. You are not becoming that old person you were. You will have a routine, you will have a set routine, you will have a disciplined life, and it's a therapy. It worked for me as a therapy, uh, and
Yeah.
it is a therapy.
So beautiful, beautiful, Rajat, because from where it started and how you, by writing, I think unknowingly you started and moved away from that victim state. I think you didn't want it to, you didn't choose to be in that victim state. And in the process, I think you became an author, and it's wonderful story. And I think that decision of yours not to stay in that state helped you to become currently whatever position. I think the kind of authors are coming up from through your coaching is amazing. And yeah, I think a lot of decisions as in our, I think right now, whatever Satish, Prema, myself, Shankar, all we were sharing, everybody's life, that decisions has impacted. But see how we take it now. If we look back, the kind of decisions what we have taken, we see, okay, wow, it's a good job. Sometimes we have learned, experienced, and learned and gained, but many times it has given us a very shaped up our life. And as you were telling, it is you as an individual, you'll be growing, right? So my next question is, Rajat, what is that one decision a person who is starting to author a book, or who is a new fresher, what is that one decision that can help them to become to make it easier, their journey of authoring?
They need to read. They need to research. There are many people in this authoring coaching world where people say that, hey, I'll make you author in 5 hours, in 5 days, in 15 days, in 30 days. I said, don't go there. Research, read a lot, go through the interviews, do take the interviews, understand the aspects of every little aspect of that thing which you are writing. So I wrote a book on mindfulness because I have been practicing mindfulness for more than 20 years. So I'm not saying they take 20 years time, but what I'm saying is that if you need to write a book on mindfulness, speak to at least 50, 60 people who have actually experienced mindfulness or who have been into the journey of mindfulness. Read at least 10 books of mindfulness to understand the other people authors perspective, because they may have researched as well. So it's very important for people to research to understand the aspect what they really like to go into. It is not easy, and it shouldn't be like doing it, just writing it for sake of writing it and putting out a 15-page or 30-page book. End of the day, people will get to know you. People will be able to sense you, that what sort of a deep thorough knowledge that you have. So I think that is one thing which I do tell to my students, that hey, it's not a fast journey. It's not like a fast food. It's not like a fast track. It's not that. I mean, that's the reason why 85% people who want to become an author, only 0.2, 0.3 become authors. Because there will be time coming when you will ask your question to yourself, why am I doing it? I'm into such a comfort zone. What is the reason? Why am I been putting so much of pain? And that's where you require a coach to help you, a friend, to understand that what exactly is the purpose why you've been writing. And that research, the learning which you have done, which you have taken, it will make your experience so well, so beautiful, that you will not see this as a task. Many times people see this as a task, that let me put a tick that okay, I have written a book. It's not a task. It's an experience. It's a journey. It's a spiritual process. It's a therapy. That is what is required. That is what I say, that everyone has a story and they need to follow, they need to do that. So one thing which I will tell to the prospects here, that do research, have a coach, and go thorough deep into it and become a new you. What you are, there is always scope of improvements. What you are today to what you can become and will become. Book will help you do that.
Wow. Great, Rajat. I think thanks for that. And now a question to all of you here. I want you to share that what was that one decision which you took today and which has helped you? Like, did you take any decisions as on today? It might be a small decision. I just wanted to share that. Satish, if you want to share, if you had to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, today actually, last 2 days have been hectic, and today was not my day for doing the gymming. And as you all know, that I've got a personal coach, personal trainer to make me more physically fit. So I took the decision, and in spite of him having an off day, I went to the gym. I followed the routine that he had given me, and I went there and spent some 1 hour in the gym. So it was nice.
Wow, great, Rajat.
So I am sorry I missed your question, Chetna. What was the question?
What was that one decision which you took today and you're happy about it?
The decision I took today,
Yeah.
I'm happy about it. Yeah, I think the decision I took today, and I'm happy about it, is I attended one of my Master of Master Magicians training today, Blair Singer.
Okay.
And I think this has been a 3-day amazing course which we did go through. I attended his Train the Trainer 2 years ago as well, so 2019. I think I took a decision after hearing him that I need to build a code of honor for myself. So I need to build a code of honor for my family, for myself. I'll sit with my wife, I'll talk to her, explain it to her, have a code of honor for her as well if she agrees. And so if you'll have a code of honor of mine, my family members, my friends, I think life will be sorted. Life will be awesome. So I think that is one thing which I took a decision, at least for myself for sure. I'll be building my code of honor. So
Great.
if you like to know more about code of honor, folks, just reach out to me. I will help you out. What exactly I've been talking about, you can reach to me on Facebook or on a comment section and can help you out there. But yeah, that's the one decision what I took. Code of honor is nothing but the set of rules, that you have decided for yourself, that what sort of a things, whenever there will be a problems coming, what are the things which you really require to do. So if my code of honor is that I have to write 1,000 words in a day, that's it. I have to write. So what may happen, whatever may come, I will write 1,000 words in a day. If I have a code of honor that I will read 500, I'll read 50 pages in a day. It is a code of honor. It is a code which I have given honor. Like in the military, you hear, right, that code of honors. Yeah. So that is something which I have been putting it for myself, and something like for family and relationships, that whenever there is a question of my family require me and my business, my family comes as a priority. So that can be a code of honor as well. So in the difficult times, when you see the code of honor, the decisions, which is the theme currently today we have, becomes so easy because we have a code of honor there. So yeah,
correct.
That's what I thought.
Great.
And I did it.
Great, Rajat. So over to you, Prema. What was that one decision which you took today and you're happy about it?
So today, basically yesterday I had a very long day, and so it was very late that I slept, and so I could have actually got up late today morning, and I had a session to attend this morning, which also I could have skipped. So, but however, I decided to wake up early because we all keep talking that it's very important to be an early riser is important for your healthy living. And so also I was able to attend this session, so which means I went through some learning today. So these are the two decisions I made today, and I'm glad I did that because keeping a good track of health is very important, so that I continue to keep learning, implementing, and teaching. So these things keep happening simultaneously.
Wow.
So I'm happy about that today.
Great, Prema. Thank you. And for me, I think my decision was, for me, always Sunday, I feel that I need to sleep. So, but today morning, I woke up at 5 o'clock, did my morning routine. That was a good decision which I took. And the second thing was the decision to join this Fortune Talks. Today till 6:30, I was in a dual mind whether should I come or not. Because I had a hectic day and not an hectic day, an enjoyable day with the family. So this decision of participating in the Fortune Talks is one thing because it's very close to all of us. We know that this is the 10th episode and I didn't want to miss it. And I think 6:45, I decided, okay, whatever is there, I'll just go. So these were the two things. So guys, I think before we could wind up for the day, I just want you guys to share a final thought on decision, so that we can close the session, today's session. Anybody can start, Satish?
Yeah, so I would say that decision making is important, but I think always align your decision to your bigger purpose in life. So then decision making process, like the code of honor that Rajat mentioned. Similarly, if you have clarity about where you are headed, then decisions are made very simple, because whether they're in alignment with your bigger purpose or whether they're not in alignment with the bigger purpose will help you to decide whether to go ahead or not.
Okay, Prema?
Yeah. So the only person that can actually make you healthy again on this entire planet is you. So make that decision. And so before deciding, you just need to believe. Like I keep saying, it all started from my belief. I was a believer that health transformation is possible. And then I started making the required decisions. Because just because I believe and I'm a strong believer and I pray and I do meditate and do nothing else about health, I cannot transform my health, and not even you. So it's only you who can actually transform your health. Make that decision and take that required steps to go through the transformation.
Great. Rajat?
Yeah, I will say that write your story, share your story to the world. I can't stress enough that writing is a therapy. Writing gives you routine, it makes you disciplined person, it empowers you, it tells you that I'm good enough. Have a coach and write, folks. I have a lot of my students who have written and they are so empowered, they're building so awesome. I have some of my students' books here. See, this is what Nidhi wrote, when I was mentioning Nidhi Bandaru. She's a successful coach today. She has recently come up with his office. Look at this guy. This is Bishal Kumar. He wanted to write a book because he wanted to come into a good job, a corporate, higher profile job, which he got it. Look at this guy, Level Plus Plus Maurya. He has come out with his whole career coaching to the progress which he's been making. Look at this lady, Ishanu Tev Purnima Kandi. She has recently been featured in Deccan Herald and her book launch, Mr. Tejaswi, come out. I have lots and lots of other stories of Ek Sunehri Raah and Reach Your Abilities and lots of people who've been writing and their life is so empowered. I think this is the reason why I've been telling everyone that writing is must. Share a story.
Great. My final thoughts, I think, as Mark Twain says, good decisions comes from experience, and experience comes only from your bad decisions. So always take decisions which gives you a sense of fulfillment, and it should give you an inner peace. So take right. I can't tell right decisions, but be the right you when you're taking decision, so that you are accountable for your decisions. So that's it from my end. So guys, thanks for being a part of this wonderful Fortune Talks, our 10th episode. And
happy 10th episode.
Yeah. So viewers, if you have any questions, drop in your questions. We would love to reach you out and give whatever possible ways we can just help you out. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.